Hello. I recently was diagnosed with Raynaud uh, disease slash phenomenon, and I say it like that because one of them is as a result of, or comes along with. Let me say that comes along with lupus, and then another one, the other one, can stand alone outside of lupus. You don't have to have lupus to have it develop, and I forget which one it is, the phenomenon or the disease. Nonetheless, what I have learned through reading and asking doctors um, is that Raynaud is when happens, or is a thing when your toes and your fingertips, like your toe tips and your joints and your toes, and well, not your joints, but your toe tips and your fingertips, um, stay cold. They stay cold and tingle, and they have this funny feeling. Um, and what happens is when you move from different temperatures, the change in temperatures causes the blood vessels to like constrict and stuff, and so constrict, and that causes the pain. So they started me on a blood pressure medication, a low dose, 2.5 milligrams of um, alum. I know how to say it, but I also get tongue tied, tongue twisted. But it's aluminopene. Um, that's what they have me on, and I felt relief within about a couple of days. And I live in a house where the person has to stay cool all the time, um, and so it was a challenge for me to get relief because I'm in a cold environment and my fingertips and toes were hurting constantly. Now, I just got that diagnosis um, in maybe January of this year, January 2023, but I've been living with these symptoms since 2000 and say 18. I can count back all the way to then. And I'll tell you how it started. It's actually the first sign of Raynaud was in my toes. And I'm also a diabetic, which is an autoimmune disease, like lupus, like Raynaud. These are thyroid. These are autoimmune diseases, and so I remember my toes feeling, my feet being super ice block cold all the time, and I was like, "What is going on?" So I would put socks on, socks on, socks on, and I was like, "Well, you know, is it neuropathy?" So I started telling my doctor. I said, "My toes feel weird." But the other part is when I started putting my shoes on, it was like they were hurting, and I was like, "Why are my feet hurting? Why are my toes hurting?" And the sensation was really strange. Um, and then in my hands, they would get the hurting, so I would sleep with gloves on, and it would be at night. And then it started. I had to put them on during the day, um, but I had to sleep with them at night, and that's what gave them relief. So I was sleeping with socks and gloves on. Um,